What's going on, everybody? It's Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief, coming to you today with our special guest, our December cover girl. That's amazing, inspirational lady. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on in. She's going to level it up with me. Come on in, Dr. Shellie Hipsky. Yes. Hey, beautiful. Level up, level up, level up. It's time to level up. It's time to level up in life. It's time to level up here with your physical, your mental, and your spiritual and financial fitness. So let's go, everybody. Let's get fit. Let's talk to Dr. Hipsky about just some amazing things that she has done out there in the world. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God, I have been waiting for this interview because you are such a busy, busy lady. So thank you so much for being here, Dr. Hipsky.
I'm blessed to be here. I'm thrilled to be here. You are a wonderful person for putting together this whole movement for the fitness fanatics out there in Phoenix and beyond. So thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So tell me something, because, you know, when you're dealing with fitness, I mean, as a coach, I hear so many different things, things. So excuses. I want you to tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and I want you to tell them how you are able to get fit out there, because you don't stop. So please tell our audience who you are and just a little bit about just how you get a chance to just look the way you do. Fantastic.
Thank you, love. So I am Dr. Shellie Hipsky. I'm the CEO of Inspiring Lives International. I'm the executive director of the Global Sisterhood, which is a charity that helps women and children around the world. I also am the editor-in-chief of Inspiring Lives magazine. I have 13 books that are out. I keynote around the world. I am a single mama of 2 kiddos, and they are both hitting the teens right now. So they're keeping me hopping and on my toes. I do a lot of different things, from my Empower You Masterclass to my world-class VIPs. They're all women that are trying to level up, right? So I keep very busy and very career focused. I'm very goal driven. And as you said, I do a lot of stuff that keeps me fit. Now, Tiffany, it wasn't always this way though. I was not always, model of, what to do to stay. And I fluctuate like most women do, up and down.
We do.
Right? I mean, got to be real. But I've had 3 different times in my life where I was up 65 pounds. 2 of them, I had babies in my belly. The other one, I was going through a rough spot. But I keep moving. Like I think that's the name of the game. If you're constantly getting your movement in, you're doing those things that bring you joy, that keep you in that moving, healthy experience, and you're also eating clean. That's another huge thing, because a lot of your health and your body is really created in the kitchen. I do a lot of plant-based, clean eating. But as far as the fitness, when I was 65 pounds, I was, very, 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 very overweight for my personal body type. And I set a goal. I was like, look, I gotta get this off of me. And I'm so driven towards goals. Like, so by 30 years old, I was like, I am getting my doctorate. I'm going to get my doctorate by 30. By 4 years old, I was like, I'm going to get tenure at the university. And everybody's like, you're a girl and you blah, 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 all this noise. You're not going to get it by 40. Nobody gets it by 40. I got it by 40. And now I got all these magazines and you're helping me get that. I'm going for 50 by 50. Right. So I'm very, very goal driven. So when I realized I have to get this weight off of me, I was miserable, feeling too heavy, not feeling right in my skin. I was like, I need a goal. And I'm one of those people that it's like, I need a real goal. So I decided that, and I was almost 200 pounds. I was right on that scale. We were tipping those scales. And I was like, okay, I'm going to become certified in kickboxing.
Nice.
Right. But like, I had no business being a kickboxing instructor. Like I hadn't even like gone into a gym at that point very much. And so I was like, I'm going to do it. And so I did. That was my goal and I met it. I got certified to teach kickboxing. And it's just, so if you're one of those type A goal-driven people out there, pick a goal that seems like way beyond what you can do
Yes.
what you're capable of, and just make it manifest, like make it happen, put it on.
Baby steps each day, right? I mean, and celebrate that. Celebrate when you are that 1% better every single day, because that's going to get you to that ultimate goal. I mean, it took me 3 years to release over 100 pounds.
Woo,
You know,
girl.
people, thank you. You know what? It took me 3 years. I mean, yes, I gained a few back and then I went, but I had to keep going. Absolutely. And like you said, it was like that goal, when you set that goal. And my goal for me, I said, you know what? I hated running. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to run a marathon someday.
It's into those two like crazy ones that people look at you like, you're going what? Like those ones that you're like, yes, I am.
The whole family looked at me like, what? No, you're not going to do that. That's 26 miles. That's crazy. Your body's not going to be able to handle it. Oh, you're getting too old for this. What? You can't tell me that now.
Don't go there with me.
I honestly
go there with Tiffany.
I ran that whole thing in just 5 hours and 22 minutes. And I said, you know what? Yes, it was painful at the end because my body had to heal and go through what it needed to go through. Yep. But it was so exhilarating. Yes. And even today to be like, yeah, I ran 26.2 miles. Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. Well, congratulations. Totally. Oh my goodness.
When it, like you were saying, like it takes eating clean in the kitchen, things like that. Cause they say, I mean, your abs are built in the kitchen, right? You always hear that.
Totally.
So give us an example of, just kind of a typical day for you with, like your clean eating. Like, what does that look like for you?
So every Sunday, I do what I call my shop and chop. So I shop and I get all the veggies that I need for the week. I get so many. I mean, it is green up in my refrigerator. So I get all the veggies, I put them out on the, and I just start chopping and I start bagging things up and I start creating like different little mini meals. And so they've got the protein but I'm personally a vegetarian and gluten-free. So that's how I prefer to live. Not everybody has to be like that. It's just how I feel best in my body, in my frame. But yeah, so I start off every morning with a protein shake and collagen. I'm definitely a believer.
That's so important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, I've really been into this just like a pineapple and cucumber and kale shake with a vanilla protein and almond milk. That's been my new one. It's really good for detoxing, just to kind of make you feel bloat and those type of things like that. It helps for that. So that can be something that is a good way to start off your day. Just to, if you start off with something healthy in your system and you start off with your meditation or your journaling or, yoga, those type of things and getting in the right headspace and mindset, it's going to go a long way towards having not only a good day, but a good week and then good month, and then it's a great
year. That is so true. So now, fitness is all about your mindset, and how do you keep yourself accountable to hitting those goals? I mean, it can be tough, especially, if you don't have, say, a buddy, right? Because I know for myself, I needed a buddy. Now I can do it by myself, but I needed a buddy to begin with. So how do you keep yourself just accountable and on track?
Well, you got to be your own buddy, right? Like if you leave yourself little Post-it notes around the house, or you reward yourself with something that's healthy but tastes good. I mean that's always a positive. Mm-hmm. Just that's inner self-talk is so important. If you're constantly beating yourself up inside your head, it's going to show. It's going to show on your body. It's going to show on the way that you're interacting in the world. And just treat yourself like your own best friend. You would never talk to your bestie the way that you talk to yourself. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Wow. Wow. That is so true and so important. You know, like you said, you got to be your biggest cheerleader. And I know sometimes it can be hard. But I love the sticky notes. You know what? When when I started my journey, someone said put sticky notes around, and I started putting affirmations and things
Yes.
like that all over the house. I mean, my family thought I was crazy because I had, I am amazing, I am thin, I am strong, I am heart healthy. I mean, just all these different things to kind of trigger me. But it really did help a lot because it gave me just kind of that faith that I needed in myself to keep pushing through, and yeah, so that's very important. Everybody out there, if you are going through this type of journey, definitely, to hold yourself accountable, put those little notes and things around, and even, and just smile. I posted something today, about just let loose and just laugh. Sometimes you really need to just be kind to yourself. And hey, life can be hard, but it doesn't have to be, right?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to have the down days and you're going to have that piece of cheesecake sometimes, but don't beat yourself up too much about it. You can get back on the horse and
right.
you can rebound from it. It's when we, just get so deep into a hole. And I think that's when it's important to reach out to somebody like you, Tiffany, with as like a coach or somebody like that can kind of get you out of those darker days. And I think that's so important that we know that there are people out there that can support us in it, whether that be a friend or a family member or a coach, that can just get us back on track.
Yeah. And just people that have been there as well, right? Because I will say, I've had some seriously dark days in my time. And, definitely when I have people come at me with, different things, I share my story. And that's the most important thing too, is sharing your story out there, because it's not really our story, right? It's
Absolutely
someone else's story. Someone else needs to hear that, you went through it, someone like yourself showing up in the world, just this magnificent woman, they need to hear sometimes, hey, you know what, you went through some things, so they know like, wow, she's over here. She's up. She's doing the things that she needs to do. She's living. She's, running her business. She's inspiring other women. She's raising her kids. If it didn't stop her, then why should it stop me?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And that's why we just have to keep showing up authentically for people and for ourselves.
Yeah.
I've always said my tagline has always been at the end of every show and every podcast and everything. I always say inspiration is just a story away. And I mean that, like those stories of the women, that have been in my books, that have been in my magazine, that have been, on my talk show, like those are the stories that keep us going. And you probably have that story inside of you if you're watching this right now, and share it. Definitely share it.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us, how did you get into Pilates and yoga? I mean, I've got this beautiful cover here. Everybody, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I love yoga myself. I can't get into certain poses because I think I've lifted weights a little too long and my muscles are just a little constricted. But how did you get into, Pilates and yoga?
Oh man. Okay, so Pilates is a little more recent. Yoga has been a part of my world since back when I lost the weight. So that would have been in Florida. But I have a story about yoga. Power yoga. Yeah. Okay, so I did that so many years ago, and I had a moment where I was trying to get into a position. This yoga teacher was like a power yoga person. And she was like, "You gotta get in this position." She was like, so it was not relaxing at all. She was you're going to do this. And so she like stood on my back, Tiffany, like stood
my
on my back
God.
to try to get me down into this position. And I was like, ow, this doesn't feel good. And she's like, well, you got to get down farther. And I was like, I have scoliosis. And she was like, she like,
Oh my
jumped
gosh.
on my back, and she felt so bad. But you need to know your body. You need to know your limitations. I think that that's important. I think some people, especially when you're like, I will meet the challenge, you can feel like, well, I can take on the world, but there are certain things like my spine does not bend certain ways.
Right.
So I had to tell her that, and she then understood that. But I think that it's important to find the right instructors, the right coaches. In Pilates, I have definitely found that for myself. I go to see Autumn over at, I'm gonna give her a little plug on here. Pilates in Wexford, PA. She's amazing. I mean, she has just, and I do one-on-one with her quite often. And I really love the being able to stretch. I love that she knows my body. She knows my limitations. She loves where I want to take my body. She knows how I show up in the world, how I'm on stage, and I have to fit, in these like itty bitty, like corseted dresses. And, I gotta get that waistline in, right?
Right.
She knows that, and she knows what stuff to do for my core so that I can show up in the world in the right way and in a healthy way. So I love Pilates.
Oh, love it. Love it. Now, you mentioned earlier a little bit about meditation as well. So tell me a little bit about your meditation practice. What does that look like?
So I am huge in meditation. I lead them for large groups and for even like one-on-ones. When I have my world-class VIPs, I actually record personalized meditations for people with personalized affirmations based on their goals so that they can take those in and really process them and have it be a part of their morning mindset. But it's very, I love a guided meditation. My brain is, all over the place. Obviously, I'm like, woo, I'm doing a million things all at once. So a guided meditation for me is a very positive thing because it takes me on a journey, and I don't have to constantly be saying, stop thinking that, stop thinking that. That a lot of people that do meditate, or when they start meditating, they think that you have to push everything out of your head. You can't have anything in there. But if you have a guided meditation recording to listen to, or a person guiding you through it physically in that space, you can really go to have an experience. You feel like you're walking on the beach, or you can feel like you're doing just a deep dive into what you want to become and who you want to become.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it. I just kind of started getting into more of that meditation and the breathing, and now do you do the breathing exercises and things?
I do. Absolutely. And, we don't breathe enough. We're breathing right now, but it's shallow. It's not deep. It's not focused. And I think that people really need to learn how to do that deeper breathing. Tiffany, do you want so if just do this with me?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So if you just put your one finger on your one nostril, and you're just gonna breathe in to a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The other one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's just take it in all the way in through the mouth and out through the nose. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That just kind of centers you, doesn't it? It just kind of brings you back to the focus of what we're doing. And I like to say, you're breathing in all the good, and for me, I'm breathing out all the bullshit.
That's right. That's right. Breathe out all the bullshit. That's right.
I don't want it in there anymore.
And see, and that's so when you do that conscious breath. I mean, I even felt, that the heart rate lower.
Yes.
You know, and you really can feel that. So definitely everybody at home, you know, and if you're catching the replay, try that out, because it definitely does give you that shift, you know, that I think you need, just to be a little more present. You know, we get stuck in that hamster wheel. And when we get stuck like that, that's when we're stressed out.
Yeah.
And we don't even realize that we're stressed out.
Totally.
Then we start getting sick. And, you know, just like for myself, I was told I'm diabetic. Had no idea I was diabetic. I was moving too fast in life, having, you know, some of the symptoms. You know, I would get tingling in my feet, you know, different things like that, get tired, you know, and, you know, things like that, but didn't realize, you know. So you do have to just take that time just to be present.
Yes.
And just give you what you need, you know.
Absolutely.
Now, what about grounding? Do you do
Ooh,
grounding as well? Tell me about some grounding, because I'm a tree hugger myself.
I'm not grounding right now. There's a lot of snow outside my window. Yes, I will go on a winter hike, but yes, I will be bundled up big time. But yes, no, grounding is so important. Just getting out there, feeling the you know, either the sand on the beach underneath your feet or the grass underneath your feet, and just centering is so important. And I think we're in such a busy world, and a screen laden world. I mean, we're looking at screens right now, so it's hard to, you know, process some of these real true centering things when we're always staring at screens, particularly during the, you know, the COVID stuff and everything moved to Zoom. We're looking at screens a lot, and that is affecting, you know, our brains, and we need to take away from, you know, move away from the screens sometimes and really ground. And if you are in a place, you're in, tell me again where
I'm in California, Ontario, California.
Okay, so is it warmer there? It's got to be warmer than here.
Well, you know what? If you ask me, it's cold. But if you ask anybody else in the country, you know, especially out where you guys are, you're going to be like, you know, it's if it's summer. Right now, it's like 63.
Oh my God.
And I'm freezing.
Zero
I have a blanket across my lap. I'm just...
You're killing me. Yeah, we've been having zero and wind chill. So yeah, but so you're not gonna see my little tootsies out in the grass right now or in the snow.
You might lose away. But yes, but grounding is definitely very important to just, you know, really just bring your energy back to where it needs to be, you know, regardless of what we have going on. If we just take that moment just, you know, if it's not snowing outside, step outside, you know, or even just take yourself to the window, you know, open up the window and just take in a nice big deep breath and get that fresh air in, you know, that's the things that we really need to be doing, just to stay healthy, you know. Like you said, I mean, during this pandemic, we are now inside, and, you know, we're all able to get out a little more now, but you still see a lot of people that are still stuck inside.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it's affecting the mental, you know, aspect of things as well. I mean, I see a lot of stuff with the kids right now where it just seems like it has affected them. You know, if you had any problems with, you know, with your children, but I know from my son, he, you know, his grades kind of slipped because of being, you know, stuck in the house like that. He's better now, but yeah, it definitely did affect. So we just got to just keep moving and just keep making sure, you know, that we're taking care of us. So now you have your book, From Ball Gowns to Yoga Pants. I love that name. What inspired you to write that book?
My daughter, she realized that, you know, when I was a tenured professor at the university, I was always wearing like these power suits. Like that was my costume, you know, when I went to school, when I went to teach. And then she said, Mom, you're like always in a ball gown to go to a charity event, or you're rocking your yoga pants, you know, like, so I do so many of my business meetings, you know, on my phone, wearing my yoga pants with my kids running around with me. So but it's those two sides of a woman. And who knew that we were all going to be going from, you know, formal wear to yoga pants all the damn time with COVID. I've been on a lot of interviews, like on television and interviews, and they've said, how did you know everybody was going to go from like formal wear to just wearing yoga pants? And I was like, well, it's just a part of a lot of women in particular that they have those two different sides of them.
Right.
So I was not telling the future. I did not know.
Even kind of seemed, right?
But yeah, so that book is all about entrepreneurial secrets for creating your dream business and brand. And I do love working with people on their branding. And you know, I sort of became my own brand with everything that's happened with my personal career, with being sort of the face of my company, Inspiring Lives International. So I was able to really get into that and how that works and how you can make it happen. I also, because I'm a researcher, because I love looking into other people's stories, I was able to look at like how Sarah Blakely from Spanx was able to create her brand, and even Google. I look at the top things of Google, what makes Google great, and then how you can use those top things to make your own business great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a neat book. I really love that book, and I get so excited when different business people from internationally come to me and say, "Oh, I read your book and I'm using it with my team." So yeah, it's been a fun journey with that.
That's awesome. So now, okay, you are so busy. I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm just like, again, like when I started, like I hear so many different excuses. So what do you do? I mean, do you just put it on your schedule? Like I know you have your goals, but to be able to make it happen, because I know it's about the scheduling. So just tell me, how do you make
it? So I'm a big believer in the Google, calendar, and I keep everything on there. It's all color coded. My kids have their own color. I have my own color. Health goals have their own color. Business goals have their own color, so that I can just kind of look at it as a snapshot after I'm done with my meditating and doing my workout in the morning and having that pineapple cucumber shake. And I can kind of see, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? What's the timeline for everything? And I'm big on deadlines, like huge on deadlines. I drive my team crazy with deadlines because I'm like, I gotta get this done. So I definitely put all of my deadlines and my goals into my calendar so I can see it every morning. I can just look through it. My kids and I look through the calendar together quite often so that we know what's coming up, what to look forward to, and what we need to do. You have to take different action steps to get to different goals, and you start with the end in mind, backwards plan it, and then you can pop that into your calendar and then get to that goal.
Yes, yeah, I love that. That's one of the things that I do struggle with, especially being a kind of a newbie as an entrepreneur, and just really trying to just get it all in, and then it's at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, did I spend enough time with my son? Did I spend enough time with the husband? Did I do this? Did I call my mom?
My son knows so much about the calendar. Like when he was, oh goodness, probably 5th grade, he grabbed my phone and he put every Monday night, spend time having fun with Jacob. Directly into my phone calendar, and then he hit the events thing, so that it pops up every week. So every Monday, I was like, oh, I gotta spend time with Jacob.
Oh, see, I love that. I'm going to use that.
There you go.
I'm going to get better with that Google, and I love the colors. Just scheduling with those colors.
So easily, especially when if you've got kids or a husband or other people that you're responsible for. It helps you just like in a quick second to see it. And also, once you go from being a solopreneur to having a team, they can also see it. They can put things in there for you. So you don't get double booked. That was a problem back when I was a solopreneur, in the beginning, when you just take on so much and you're forgetting to put it in the calendar. And now I can, with an assistant, I can just send her all those emails, and she pops it in the calendar and color codes it for me, and then I'm good to go.
Oh, see, I love that. I'm gonna have to spend some time with you offline, learning this.
Absolutely.
Here, yeah. But yeah, I love the visual thing though.
Oh,
I think that's what I'm missing. That's that piece, because I've got my, just the little book, my little daily planner that I write things in. But there are those times that I do kind of tend to miss those things.
That's
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Double book, Yeah. So everybody out there, again, tip for you, if you're not scheduling, definitely start to schedule your days, because you're going to be so much more successful. You're going to be able to hit your goals so much faster, because you're going to really have, that clear focus of where you need to be. So definitely take that advice, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of this is stuff that I teach in my Empower You Masterclass. I've got, we find out how to find inspiration, empowerment, balance, and abundance, and for women. And everybody needs those tips. Everybody needs those tricks and somebody to talk through it with. So that's been a real blessing of the cohort model, because I get to bring these incredible powerhouse leaders of women together, and we all support each other, and we figure out what the other one needs, whether that be helping them network with other people in the business world, or helping them, stay on track with their healthy eating, or whatever it is that's their goal. Because we all define success. We all define success differently for ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. No, and I love this. I love this global sisterhood. I mean, you always need a place to belong. And I think right now, as I've grown up, I've been around a lot of different, women and stuff. And I noticed myself, that I tended to be around the men more, or the guys more. I mean, because there was no cattiness or anything like that. So, now it seems like there is a shift where women are really starting to just lose that ego, and they're starting to support each other more. And it just seems like there's a movement. And, having, people like yourself, to be on that front line to inspire women to just, hey, you know what? Yeah, lose that ego. Let's help each other to just rise and thrive the way that we were put here to do,
Absolutely.
It's just amazing. Yeah. So I commend you for your work that you do. I mean, you're just amazing. And I thank you for, for gracing our cover. Now tell me, because you had your goal. So this woman here, y'all, is doing 50 covers before 50. Okay. So what number are you on right now with and then you also had some covers on the Own It platform as well.
Yes.
So
right now, as of today, I think today we released Bridging the Gap. That's what that was just released. And that is my 35th cover. Woohoo! And then I've got them like lined up into, oh my God, I think 2023. I've actually got them lined up, because some of these covers they book way, way, way out. But I got a little bit of time before I turn 50, so I'm just pacing myself. Well, I had 4 covers come out this month, and I've got 3 coming out next month. So I'm on a running pace.
You're sprinting, girl. Okay.
Take it from Tiffany, the marathon runner.
But I just love this though. I mean, when I met you and you said, I'm going to do this, I was just like, oh my gosh, and now I have like a little mini goal for myself. I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to do like 10 covers in the next like 2 years. Okay.
There you go. Go for it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Seriously. I think I am just one of those people that has to set the goal. And I am one of those people that will hold you accountable for your goals if I'm coaching you, like, because I am like, let's get it.
Like, we need coaches like you,
Oh my God.
Hey, we're on it. Like,
we're doing it. Because like people, they'll, we'll have our one-on-one sessions, and they'll be like, well, someday I'd like to raise the prices on, like, this happened yesterday. One of my, I love you if you're watching this. One of her clients, she was like, someday I'd like to raise the prices on my services. And I was like, okay, how much? She said an amount that she wanted to raise them. I said, by what date? She was like, what? I was like, by what date? And she told me a date, and I was like, okay, I'm going to call you on that date. And I need to see the brochures change. I want to see the website change. It's got to be done by that date. And she was like, whoa, you are not playing. Because accountability, that's where it's at. If you are held accountable and you know that somebody's going to check it, if you don't know that somebody's going to check it and you're not one of these like crazy personalities that like must get the goals, then you're not going to get there. So I love coaches. I have a coach. I think you do some coaching, right? Some amazing people are out there. So if you have that, you got the health goal, you talk to Tiffany, you got that life balance goal and business goal, you talk to me. But I have coaches, and I believe that everybody can use a coach.
Everybody needs a coach. I mean, even I had heard Oprah, in an interview say that even she has a coach,
Absolutely.
So, I mean, my shero, okay, Lisa Nichols, she has a coach, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you get to, it doesn't matter what level you're at, you always need someone to hold you accountable for that next step.
Yes, because there is always a next level. There's always a next step. I mean, you just said Lisa Nichols and Oprah, they're leveling up. Then you need to level up.
Thank you. Okay. Well, Dr. Hipsky, we are just at the end here. I just want to ask, is there anything else that you would love to just share with our audience out there? This has been just so amazing, and I cannot wait to already have you out again, okay?
Thank you.
You can come to California. We got to hang out. Okay?
Oh my gosh, I miss California. I haven't been since COVID hit, so I'll get out there. I'll definitely get out there sometime soon. But I just would like to leave the people that are watching this today with the fact that you are worthy, you are spectacular, you are fabulous. You have a story to tell and one body to live in for the rest of your life. So make sure that you're treating it right and treat yourself and your body and your brain with the mindset correctly, and you will go far, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Shellie. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. This has just been an amazing interview. Another Phoenix Fitness Fanatic Spotlight. Cover girl, Dr. Shellie Hipsky. You guys will see her again. Believe me, she is amazing. We are out of here, and we will catch you on the flip side. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.